Hello everyone and welcome back to the Tellow Family Kitchen, where we're getting ready for the Winter Olympics in Milano Cortina, Italy. And you know, this is a perfect time to make one of my favorite Italian meals, spaghetti with meat sauce. What I love about it is the delicious flavor, simplicity of the ingredients, and relatively quick prep time. I'm sure this will be a popular dish for members of Team USA. Speaking of the athletes, here are 5 to keep an eye on as we approach the opening ceremony. Figure skater Alyssa Liu returns from her retirement, and she just won the World Championship recently. Then snowboarder Chloe Kim goes for a 3rd straight gold medal in the women's halfpipe. That would be incredible. Next, another legend, Lindsey Vonn, who came out of retirement and is looking for a 2nd gold in alpine skiing. Another icon, Michaela Schifrin, who already has the most World Cup wins in history, goes for a 3rd gold on the slopes. Finally, Ilya Malinin is a virtual lock-to-win gold medal in men's figure skating with a program that features 7 quad jumps. That's 4 rotations and a backflip to finish. Just wow. So while we're watching them, let's get into the spaghetti with meat sauce. So just 7 ingredients: the spaghetti, ground sirloin, marinara sauce, salt, pepper, Italian seasoning, and basil. All right, so we have a non-stick pan, so we don't need really butter or oil, so the meat goes in like that. And then let's get this on about a medium to start. And then we're going to add a teaspoon of salt here. And then just a shake of black pepper. A little bit of Italian seasoning. And finally, basil. And then we're going to mix this in, and basically we want it to turn brown. Also, this is a good point if you wanted to add other things like onions or garlic, whatever other herbs or spices you wanted to add. This is a perfect time to do it. And we're just stirring it occasionally here. Try to get all the spices mixed in. Okay, so it's been about 7 minutes on our stove, and you can see it's turning brown. Looking pretty good. And then here's our cup of marinara sauce. We're going to add that right in. Like that. Now let's get this mixed in together. Another name for this could be bolognese. Alright, so I turned it off, and I think it needs a little bit more sauce, so I'm going to add about another cup of the marinara sauce here. Get that in there. And then we'll mix this in. And once we have it mixed, we'll set it aside, and it'll be pretty much ready. And then we'll cook the spaghetti. Now that the meat and sauce is finished, we'll cover it here, set it off to the side, and then we'll start to work on our spaghetti. Once the water starts boiling, we'll add some salt to taste here. Stir that in. And then we'll add the spaghetti in. So I've been stirring it occasionally, and after about 12 minutes, that usually gets it al dente. We'll turn off the heat and then take it over here to our plate, and we'll get some on to our plate there, right there. All right, now that we got the spaghetti in the plate, we'll get some of our meat sauce, put it nicely on top there. And there we go, spaghetti and meat sauce. So then, of course, we'll try it. So comforting. I love the depth of flavors with the pasta and the meat sauce and the meat. Perfect combination for a cold winter's day. So we'll look forward to watching the Winter Olympics. And hey, if you're a fan of pizza, check out our video on how to make it easily at home. And we'll see you next time from the Tellow Family Kitchen.